I'm not feeling poorly. Usually when I have a temperature, I've got that headache and I don't feel good and my eyes feel dry, but I'm not having any of that. Hey, RoamTownGirl here, bringing you one of my cocoa bug prepping videos. Now, if this isn't your cup of tea, you can go ahead and skip this video. I do have others coming. We're gonna do some travel. We're gonna go look at some unique places. We're gonna do some RV how-tos. I have those videos coming too. But this particular one is going to be about medical stuff that you can have on hand. I bought these things early on. Unfortunately, they might be a little bit harder to find now, and they might be more expensive now. So I am sorry for that, but I still want to share it with you. There were 4 things that were recommended by one of the people I follow. That is a blood pressure cuff. I'm a germaphobe. I keep everything in little bags. One is I think they call it a thermal thermometer. And the other is a pulse oximeter, it's called. So the 4th item that was recommended was a stethoscope. And I didn't get one. One, because how am I going to stethoscope myself? But perhaps if you have other people in your household, you might want to add a stethoscope to this little ensemble. Now, the idea behind having these items is that as the cocoa bug is making it the rounds, that it might be difficult to get in to see somebody, or if you're like me, you're not going to want to go to a place that has lots of other sick people. And by virtue of knowing some critical numbers about yourself, you'd be able to talk to the front desk person or perhaps a telehealth person and give them your numbers, and together you can game plan what would be the best strategy. If you have anxiety like me, you probably shouldn't get them, because, like, for instance, my pulse oximeter, one of the things that I have learned, and I'll show you more, is that a normal reading is 100%, but not everybody is 100%. So it's really important to know your baseline. And guess what? My baseline is really low. I'm lucky if I hit 90 or 92. So this thing panicked the heck out of me, because I'm like, I'm dying. Look how bad my blood oxygenation is. It actually sent me running to urgent care. And that's when I learned that we all have our own different baselines. So it's good to know your baseline. And then you can see if there's a drop in your baseline. And that's when you know something might be going on for you or someone that you love. And this is what he told me, okay? So this is secondhand. I'm a YouTuber. I am not a doctor. I don't know what I'm talking about. I'm just sharing this information. But he told me that if I get a reading that's low for me, like let's say I got 87 or 88, he said I should take a few deep breaths and see if that doesn't get me up to my normal baseline, and it probably will. And if it doesn't, then I might be concerned that something is changing for me. He also told me that you got to go really low, like into the 60s and low 70s, before they would like throw you into the hospital. 100 is normal, but look at that range. They don't panic about people until they're in their low 70s and into the 60s. So that made me feel a little bit better, because I haven't gone that low. Okay, so the way this works is you just turn it on and it illuminates, and you put your finger in and you give it a minute. Oh, there we go. Woohoo! Ooh, I'm doing good. It said it was 94, 95. That's high for me. That's good. Ooh, look at me. Those are high numbers for me. And I understand that a lot of cell phones say that they have the ability to tell you this information, but from how these work, your phone doesn't have the real capability to it reads light, and I guess the light goes through your finger. I guess I need to research that a little bit better so I could tell you, because I wrote it down. I'll get my phone. Okay, I went back and checked why this is way better than your cell phone. The reason is this uses infrared light on one side and a sensor on the other, whereas your cell phone, it only uses white light, which is just not that effective of a way to get a reading, just so you know. Then I got a thermal thermometer, which you just turn on, and I learned you follow your eyebrow and then you let it sit on your temple and it'll beep. Oh no, that says I have a fever, 99.5. I don't feel like I have a fever. Uh-oh. We'll do another reading in a minute. And this is a blood pressure cuff, which the first time I used it scared the bejeebies out of me because I didn't know what to expect. I'll show you what it does. You want it to be resting on where your pulse is. Okay. And then you push the start button. And it starts squeezing you, which I didn't know it was gonna do. And then you're supposed to sit and hold it up at about heart level. First time it started squeezing my wrist, I swear I almost went through the ceiling. I was like, oh my God, what's happening? It's squeezing me really hard. I can feel my pulse. I'll show you. I am 120/81, which is just a lot of gobbledygook numbers. But what's cool is this guy has the information inside. I need my glasses. He says that, so normal is less than 120, 81. And 81 should be less than 80. So I am gonna call myself normal, at least in this area. So 120/80 is normal. And as soon as you go above 120 and as soon as you go above 80, you got to worry about pre-hypertension and hypertension. Okay, I've got those numbers, right? I've got my blood oxygen numbers. And so if any of these numbers were of concern, I'm still a little concerned about my temperature, then I'm able to communicate that, and whoever's helping me on the other end of the phone will be able to direct me accordingly. We don't know how long this bug's gonna be with us. They say there could be a second and third wave. So I really hope that in my sharing this little bit of information that you can get some value out of it. If you have some of these items in your home already, awesome. Maybe if you don't, you might think about adding them. But I look at these things and I think it's a minimal investment, but good information that you may need to refer to over and over again, no matter what the future holds, right? I'm worried. Let's take my temperature again. Okay, 97.8. I like that number better. I'm going with that number.